This is Trey from Team OTK. This is a special video for you guys today. Today I'm at my bro's house. A bro of mine we've been cool for a very long time. Please welcome my boy Jay from Team Kronos, actually the captain of Team Kronos. So please welcome him. And this is his Dark Magician deck profile. So let's get into it.
Alright, for all those out there watching, this is my Dark Magician deck profile. And of course, since this is Dark Magician, you want to run at least 3 Dark Magicians. He is the heart and soul of this deck. So, I run 3 copies of the original artwork from the Yugi tins that just came out not too recently. I know other people like to switch up their Dark Magicians for different pictures to honor their legacy, but this is just my choice. Everyone's preference is different, so remember, you want 3 of these guys. I mean, trying to run this deck with, 2 or 1 is not good. Next up is the Magician of Dark Illusions. He's actually another card you want 3 of in the deck. He has a special ability. If you activate a spell trap card on your opponent's turn, you can then drop him from the hand to the field. Pretty much what you really want to do with him is just get him onto the field so you can overlay with either a Dark Magician or another copy of him into a rank 7. And he has quite a few abilities. I mean, he has ones where you can, during your opponent's turn, you can activate a spell effect damage. You can special summon this card from your hand. That's the one ability. And then the other one's not really that important, really. Hardly anyone ever plays it, but if you want to look it up, go right ahead. Just keep this nice and simple. 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl. I know some people don't even add her to that or cut her from their decks, but I still keep one just in case, I have all 3 Dark Magicians in the graveyard and I have nothing else left. But she can come out pretty well, and I've actually, KO'd a few people just getting her onto the field. Now, this is my own tech choice. Witch of the Black Rose. Now, she's a 4-star tuner. I use her into making, like, Stardust Dragon, Crystal Wing, Scarlet Red Dragon, and she can be special summoned, but when she is normal summon, if she's the only card on your field, you draw a card, and you gotta reveal it. If it's a monster, you can add that card to your hand, and she stays in the field, but if it's anything but that, like a spell trap, unfortunately, she destroys and you gotta discard the card, but that rarely happens with me. Next up are 2 Chocolate Magician Girls. This card really is pretty much self-explanatory. She's just draw power. You can discard Spellcaster or a card, and then you get to draw a card. And then she has the ability, if she's attacked, you can then have your opponent's monster attack, and then special summon a monster out of your graveyard, like, for example, Dark Magician, and then that monster has to attack that. She's just good as well. And then 2 Summoner Monks. He's good because he can help you into rank 4 plays by drawing out your Chocolate Magician Girl. You can get a draw offer, then you can overlay into your rank 4s. So, he's pretty good. And then, of course, another staple for the deck is 3 Magician Rods. This is pretty much also self-explanatory for anyone who's played the deck or know what these cards do. Is you get to look through your deck, add a card that has Dark Magician in its text, and then you can add it to your hand. I always say run it at 3. I've seen people try to run it at 2, and it doesn't work so well. 3 is the best number for this type of thing. I run 1 Magician's Robe. I know a lot of people either cut it out or just keep with it at 1. I've seen people do it at 2, which is okay, but 1 works pretty well. And it has the nice little ability on your opponent's turn. Reveal a spell card with Dark Magician and its card text, and then you can special summon a Dark Magician from your hand. And it also has another ability that really works really well when it's sent to the graveyard as well. And then for the spells lineup, of course, 3 Dark Magical Circles. For anyone who doesn't know what this does, as soon as you play this card and activate, you can look at the top 3 cards, add a card from your hand that has Dark Magician as a card text, add it to your hand. Then, after that point, every time you summon a card that is a Dark Magician from your hand, you can then remove any card on the field from play. And this does not ever state spell, trap, or monster. It just says card. So, it really does not target. So, that's what's nice about this. Of course, 1 Raigeki. And this is actually a very special kind because it's the Dark Beginnings one of the most sought-after Raigekis. So that's pretty much a staple. 1 Dark Magical Veil because it's just a special summoning and you pay 1,000 for it. And it's nice just in case you open up with a hand with a Dark Magician hand, but nothing to help summon it or any of the monsters. So that's pretty good. Then, of course, 2 Twin Twisters. Pretty much self-explanatory. Discard 1 card, destroy 2 back rows. So pretty much standard on that one. 2 Allures of Darkness. With this now back at 3, I would like to run 3. I only have 2 copies, but 2 actually has been working so far pretty good. But I shouldn't have to say anything on that. 1 Brain Control, since that's now starting very soon, that the Brain Control will be now legal. Now, I know it's getting a rewrite and has a redo, but right now I'm just running with this copy, and I'll just play it as, its rotted form. But brain control is actually pretty nice and actually will work pretty well in this deck. Of course, 1,000 knives, because monster destruction is always good. One illusion magic. This is actually really good to combo off using Magician's Rod. Use Magician's Rod to get navigation in your hand, and then if this is your hand, scoop up this, put a Dark Magician hand, because you're going to set that, Dark Navigation, Magician's Navigation on your turn. At the end of your turn, your opponent goes and draws, you activate that, right then, and then you can get a free summon on your opponent's turn. And speaking of which, 2 Magician's Navigations, which is pretty much another key card for this deck, a staple you want to use. You want to pretty much you use this to get out your Dark Magician free of cost, and then you can summon out another level 7 or lower dark monster from your deck. And if you have a Magician of Dark Illusions in your hand, you can get 3 summonings off of this card, really. So, which is pretty nice, and it pretty much you can pose your opponent with it. 3 Eternal Souls. This is your Call of the Haunted for your Dark Magician deck. I know some people have cut it down to 2 or even 1 to run a different, I understand D-barrier, the D cards and stuff, which would be nice. I would run them if I had them, but this is working pretty well, and of course, the unfortunate side effect if this is destroyed, you destroy all your cards on the field. But it can get a Dark Magician, it can revive a Dark Magician from your graveyard, and it also can put a Dark Magic attack or 1,000 Knives into your hand as well, so, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, I run 3 Drowning Mirror Forces because I rarely have... These are in here because these are nice. I'd rather run these out for the new, Dimensional Prison Trap card. But this is nice just in case my opponent somehow actually, totals my field and I can't have nothing to protect myself. I can literally just cleanse the field and put them back into the deck and make him start over like he did with me. So, 3 of those. And then 2 Solemn Strikes. 2 Solemn Strikes is pretty standard. I know a lot of people run it at 3 sometimes in this deck, but I run it at 2 just because I rarely ever see a chance for it. Now for the extra deck purpose, this is what I have chosen. 1 Black Rose Dragon. This is just field clearance. It's pretty much all you use that for. 1 Clearing Synchro Dragon. Clearing is actually really, really, really good because I can synchro these up with my Witch of the Black Rose and my Magician Rods to create these level 7s. And he just has an awesome effect if you're going against level 5 or higher monsters that you can just help wipe the board. Stardust Dragon, just because you don't want your opponent playing explosive traps that will pop your field. And then 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend, just because this is a... Alright. So this is just because it has an awesome effect and you can gain life points and stuff off of it. 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm not going to go into full details, but let's just say this thing is nasty, especially if your opponent puts it in the graveyard, you can still get its effect off, which is pretty much why a lot of people like running him. 1 Crystal Wing. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on this guy because he is, well, awesome, and a lot of people play him, and I shouldn't have to say anything.